Tommy Smith was born on May 4, 1944, in Reading, Berkshire, England. Growing up in a working-class family, he was introduced to the world of athletics at a young age, developing an early passion for track and field. His first experience with competitive sports came through his involvement in school competitions, where he quickly showed his talent in sprinting events. Smith's early development in athletics was shaped by his natural speed and agility, traits that made him an ideal candidate for the 100 meters and 200 meters. His athleticism was evident from the outset, but it was his unrelenting drive to improve and compete at a higher level that led him to pursue a serious career in the sport. Smith was often found training at local track fields, where his determination to achieve greatness stood out among his peers. His initial years in athletics were formative. Smith attended Reading University, where he trained under the guidance of several experienced coaches, fine-tuning his technique and speed. During these early years, he competed at a regional level, setting his sights on national championships. His potential was evident, but it was his work ethic that began to make a name for him on the national scene. Career peak and main achievements. Tommy Smith's career reached its peak in the late 1960s and early 1970s, when he firmly established himself as one of the premier sprinters in the world. His breakthrough came in 1968 when he was selected to represent Great Britain at the 1968 Mexico City Olympics. At the Games, Smith captured global attention by winning the gold medal in the 200 meters, setting a new Olympic record with a time of 19.83 seconds. This victory was historic as it marked Smith as the first man in history to run the 200 meters in under 20 seconds. Smith's remarkable achievement in Mexico City cemented his place in the annals of Olympic history. His victory in the 200 meters was not only an athletic triumph but also a political statement. During the medal ceremony, Smith, along with his fellow American medalist John Carlos, raised a black-gloved fist in a silent protest against racial inequality in the United States. This iconic moment became one of the most powerful symbols of the civil rights movement and forever associated Smith with both athletic excellence and social activism. Beyond the 1968 Olympics, Smith continued to dominate the track and field world, winning multiple international titles and setting several world records. In 1966, he won the 200 meters at the European Championships in Budapest, securing his position as a dominant force in European athletics. In addition to his success in the 200 meters, Smith was a formidable competitor in the 100 meters, setting numerous national records and securing top finishes at major competitions throughout the 1960s and early 1970s. His achievements also included victories at the British Empire and Commonwealth Games, where he won gold medals in both the 100 meters and 200 meters, further establishing himself as one of the world's leading sprinters. Smith's consistency and ability to perform on the biggest stages of athletics earned him a place in the history books as one of the greatest sprinters of his era. Later career and legacy. After the peak of his career in the late 1960s and early 1970s, Tommy Smith's career continued with notable performances, though his involvement in international competitions slowed. He competed in various meets throughout the 1970s but never recaptured the same level of dominance he achieved at the height of his career. Despite this, he remained a respected figure in the athletics world, and his legacy as a groundbreaking sprinter endured. In 1972, Smith retired from competitive sprinting and transitioned into a career as a coach and mentor. He used his knowledge and experience to train future generations of athletes, passing on the techniques and strategies that had made him so successful. Smith also dedicated much of his time to advocating for greater racial equality in sports and beyond, using his platform to address social issues and help foster change. In his post-athletic life, Smith became a vocal advocate for athlete rights, working to ensure that future generations of sprinters and Olympians were treated fairly and given the opportunities they deserved. His contributions to the sport of track and field extended beyond his own personal achievements, as he sought to elevate the entire athletics community. Final years and legacy. In his later years, Tommy Smith lived a relatively quiet life, continuing to be involved in sports and public speaking. He remained a fixture in the athletics community, often speaking at events and sharing his experiences from his time as an athlete. Smith's iconic protest at the 1968 Olympics became a subject of reflection. And over time, the actions he took that day were recognized not only as a stand for racial equality, but as a pivotal moment in the history of both sport and civil rights. Tommie Smith passed away on October 18, 2020, leaving behind a legacy that transcends athletics. His remarkable achievements on the track, paired with his brave stand for social justice, ensured his place as one of the most influential athletes of his generation. Smith's gold medal in 1968, his world records, and his tireless advocacy for equality continue to inspire athletes and activists around the world to this day.